Let's get this started. So again, welcome to King of the Castle. For those of you who are just joining in or watching this on YouTube, King of the Castle is a party game that's been made by, one moment actually, need to check, just want to make sure that I got them right. King of the Castle is made by Tributary Games and published by Team 17. So it's a party game, so you can either play as the monarch or one of the nobles. There's both party options and Twitch hosting. So for those of you who are watching on YouTube, the choices between the monarch, who is the one sitting on the castle, and nobles from 3 of 5 regions chosen at game start. The 5 regions are the Barons of the March, the Chieftains of the North, the Counts of the East, the Grandees of the South, and the Patricians of the Coast. For this game, we're going to have the South, the North, and the East, represented by... So let's get this started. Let's introduce the council. Now that you're the queen, your first duty is to meet with the Council of Nobles. Your nobles hail from all across the kingdom, the wintry north, the desolate east, and of course, the scorching south. I'm going to introduce each and every one of them. So at the start of the game, the monarch chooses who they will play as, so they decide the personal name of their monarch and their family name. If they win, then the king will, or queen, or whatever, their line will continue. If the nobles win, they're take the new line. PCGM, nice to see you. PCGM has been in a couple of my streams before, so for this game, so it's nice to have him back. So let's start by introducing ourselves to the Chiefs of the North. Good luck in the days ahead, Your Highness. You'll need it dealing with us lot. An honor to finally make your acquaintance, Your Highness. May you escape the doom that befell your predecessor. May the ninth God bless your reign, Your Highness. I trust you conduct yourself with honor and faith. And with that, the introductions are done. The council hall immediately fills with raised voices as the nobles argue with each other and demand your favor. You sigh and sit back. Is this what the council is like? No wonder your father told you to avoid the throne at all costs. Yes, so for this game, each of these the monarch has this path to victory that's focused on them trying to achieve a goal to be remembered for all eternity as a great ruler, though that doesn't necessarily mean they're a good person. The counts, chiefs, grandees, and other nobles, however, have their own schemes to try and take the throne for themselves. Those won't be decided on until, well, after we've completed the coronation and all this starting stuff. So, speaking of coronation, let's get to it. Your Majesty, I've scheduled your coronation to take place in a week's time. Shouldn't I be giving the orders now? Of course, Your Majesty, but to delay any longer would make the nobles restless. And when nobles get restless, they take their daggers and look for the nearest back. Very well, then. What must I do? As is tradition, the council will decide what happens at your coronation. Let's get this over with, then. Shall we call the nobles in? Alright, so here's how the game works. Every so often there will be decisions that the council can vote on, just so that, as you already saw, there were choices that I can select or that the nobles can select, but these are vote-based ones. So here's how it will go. This is the first one. What kind of coronation should be held for the new queen? So here are the 4 options. Host a lavish parade with jugglers and fountains of wine. Invite foreign dignitaries and show off our wealth. Throw the queen to the river. And finally, outdated traditions. There's no need for coronation at all. So, the monarch has 3 different options, usually, to influence how the nobles vote. They can choose to either veto one option, which means that you can't go with that. They can mark a preferred option that lets them get an extra vote, And the third one varies, but is selected at the end of each year in the game. So you can choose to either get a new one if you don't have 3 total, or switch one out if you want a different one. So, let's see. I don't really have any preference for this, but so for voting, since I'm pretty sure not all of you know how to do this, especially my cousins that are watching this, you type exclamation point, vote, and then the letter that you want. So if you want to vote A, you type exclamation point, vote, then a space, and then A. I don't know if capitalization is important here. I haven't voted on like that in a while, so let's see where this goes. So voting will commence in 5, 4, 3, 2, oh wait, sorry, I almost forgot. So you can see here's the treasury, stability, and authority. If these options will reduce the treasury amount, while this one will also increase the amount of wealth each noble has. By default, nobles have 1,000 coins, as you can see here. Stability and authority have a couple different effects, but the main one is that if stability and authority drop too low, such that the defiance stat here in a realm exceeds them both, then the realm can rebel and just try to brute force their way to the throne. So I'll explain these other ones later, but these will be more important there. So voting will commence in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, begin! Okay, votes are now closed. So let's see. So it's between stash and stand anarchy for invite foreign dignitaries and show off our wealth, or throw the queen to a river. So with the voting tied at 1, hey, since the voting is tied at 1, I can get to choose this stuff. Well, let's go with the classics. Yeah. So what kind of coronation should be held for the new queen? The answer will be the classic one. Throw her into the river. It is decided. The queen will be thrown into the river. What? What kind of coronation is that? Let me get changed out of my nice robes. Yeah, I'm gonna get changed. Nobles pick you up and carry you out to the Treadwater River, hurl you into the shallow water with a cheer. When you climb back up the banks, soaking wet, the chancellor steps forward and places the crown upon your head. Is it your imagination or some of the nobles' stifling giggles? This is a very funny game if you didn't notice. And finally, here's the important part. A path to victory. Your Majesty? When you die, how do you hope the kingdom will remember you? So this is the path to victory. The plan for the monarch is to carve their name into history with one of 5 different paths, and here are how they go. They can be either a conqueror, goal military, right here, peacekeeper, goal stability, right here, as the greatest queen who ever lived, goal authority, right here, as the mother of the nation, goal farming, as the architect of a new golden age, goal trade, and finally as a saint, goal faith. So for getting these to work, you have to the objective is simple. You have to boost your stat very high, and, well, there's usually some extra stuff there. If you're not doing well after a certain point, your advisors will give you the chance to change that. As is, farming seems to be my best bet right now, so I'm going to go for as the mother of a nation. As the mother of a nation. Interesting. Are you concerned with the welfare of the commoners? Or are you just hoping for a favorable passage in the history books? I suggest over the next few years, you focus on improving the kingdom's overall farming as much as possible. Of course, so once you have an heir, I will return to discuss how your ambition is progressing. Good luck, Your Majesty. Okay, we've completed all 3 options here, so let's end the season, but first, let me check on something. Thanks. Just looking over the chat. I don't exactly have the best options for seeing that right now, so let's end the season. Yes, here's the part. This, obviously, the chieftains, counts, and grandees do not like to have to play second fiddle to the king. So, Tove of the TCGM clan, charismatic northern hero, stands precariously on a long house crossbeam, droning as if in a trance. Chiefs of the North! We all know I should be on the throne, not this imposter Queen Marion. How do we make that happen? Okay, sorry, instantly stuff. So now you guys have to vote on your scheme. So here's how the idea is that you want to achieve this within, I think, 2 or so 3 seasons or years with whoever, or however that goes out being. Well, I'll just leave that till we actually get there. But to simplify this, sorcery is like using magic to mess with the realm. Subterfuge, I think, is the classic cloak and dagger. And Ragnarok is one of the region-unique schemes where the chiefs try to bring about to localized into the world or something. There's a bunch of different options, and if you're playing a game where one team managed to usurp the crown, they also have the option to be loyalists and just help the monarch unless you manage to do spectacularly badly enough that they decide we're going to need to replace you. So sorcery it is. Also, as you may have noticed, only the chiefs can vote in this. The chiefs plan to make a bargain with a wizard. These immortal spellcasters seldom get involved in political squabbles, but perhaps if the queen was considered a threat to their autonomy, well, we'll see. To advance their scheme, chiefs must raise authority to 5 or more in 2 seasons. So yeah, that's the problem here. Authority, stability, the treasury, and all that stuff can affect a different type of, can affect what kind of payouts you get or other stuff. So there's good and bad things. So now Zemuel of the JKY0727 Dynasty, charismatic Eastern chess master, leans delicately on a podium, whispering carefully. My fellow counts, in ancient times the East was its own proud kingdom. We can bring back those days of glory, but not while the false Queen Marion wears the throne. Well, the crown, but... So... Here's what you need to do. You're the only one voting right now, so... Please, make sure to vote. Oh, one quick thing, so you might have noticed the differences in the noble list here with Ash versus all the others. If you buy the game, the King Castle game, then you can customize what your different kings, nobles, or the stuff look like. So this tells you that this person has bought the game and is, benefiting from that. So voting is closed. So, what scheme should the counts pursue to overthrow the queen and place their preferred claimant Zemuel on the throne? The answer is doppelganger. So you want to lower your own defiance. The purpose for this is pretty simple. It's the classic body double thing. The counts plan to swap the real queen for a perfect doppelganger. First, they must gain the trust of the spy master. To advance their scheme, the counts must keep defiance at 4 or less in 4 seasons. So what that means is that if the requirements haven't been met by the time the season ends, well, that means they move on into a new plan. And there, so. And now we're on to the grandees. Ezra of the Stanarchy 702 lineage, infamous Southern elder, stands bathed in sunshine, ranting in fury. A false pretender occupies the throne while my claim is ignored. Grandees of the South, this is a stain on our honor. We must not allow it to go unanswered. So now you have to vote. And so there's different options like intimidation, uprising, and the unique ones for the Grandies are all religion themed, such as excommunicating them from a church, or a witch hunt, or a bunch of other things. So you're the only one who's going to be voting on this for now, so vote. I think you can still vote as long as I don't hit continue, so if you want to choose one, you still got the time. Okay, intimidation it is. Voting has closed. So you're going for the intimidation scheme. So the Grandies plan to hold the Queen hostage in her own palace. First, they must lull the spy master into a false sense of security. To advance the scheme, the Grandies must raise stability to 5 or more in 4 seasons. So every turn we'll get to see updates on how each scheme is going. And as you can see, each of them has different things that are in value. The Counts and the Grandies both have things exactly where they want it. So that's kind of a problem for me. Yeah, so sorcery so there's 3 steps to each plan, as you can see. Sorry, I had to check some of the comments. So once you get to turn 3, just to save some things for the audience, once you get to scheme 3, once that starts progressing, the Monarch's goose is pretty much cooked, so it's in my best interest to keep all of you from getting that far. And as you might have noticed, the Monarch currently has no heir. We'll get to that in a few minutes. Now onto the laws of the land. This is what I mentioned earlier. Here, the Monarch can choose to add in one additional law if there's less than 3. Otherwise, they can switch them out. As you can see, by royal decree, we can tweak the laws governing how the council votes. We can't pass more than 3 of these laws at once, and only 1 may be used per vote. So let's see. As I mentioned already, I can vote on one of them to add an extra kicker vote. I can veto one to make sure that you guys don't choose that, or I can choose one of these ones. I think I'll go with the Monarch's golden choice. Now let's call the season to an end. As I mentioned again, with all this stuff in mind, it's in my best interest to try and screw you over, and your best interest to try and screw me over, as well as everyone else. So, let's start with this, the Honor Guard. So, Your Highness, I have a brilliant idea. Why don't you hold a battle royale to choose your Honor Guard? If you let us host in the East, I'll even pay for it. And the spectacle will boost our economy massively, and of course, I'm confident the Eastern Knights will win. Your Majesty, this is pointless. Why don't you just choose your Honor Guard and have done with it? Let me see. One moment. This one, I've never really had this happen before, so I'm gonna put it up to a dice roll. Okay, that was not what I was expecting to win the roll, but perhaps we could hold a less violent contest by the blood of the dead. Where's the fun in that? It won't be funny if you're going down that route. I'm not used to spending treasury too early, so on second thought, yeah. Actually, let's just see what happens. Hold a battle royale. How delightful! I'll begin organizing the event at once. A week later, you see where the battle royale is will do to begin. And held on the battlements of Kunt to JKY0727's castle. You travel down to spectate along with a horde of murder fans from across the kingdom. Trade is now prosperous. Welcome, one and all. Today's competitors are Northern Warrior Heroes, Eastern Knights of the Order of the Drowned Rose, and the Grandies Battle Nuns from the Sisterhood of Steel. Yeah, this is pretty silly if you didn't notice. Who will you support, Your Grace? Okay then, let's roll the dice again. Battle Nuns it is. I think our Eastern Knights will surprise you. I've had worse. Let's go and see how it goes. The bell rings. The battle nun leaps forward, her sword flashing. The northern warrior blocks it with his battle axe, grunting with effort. The northern warrior scarcely has time to catch his breath before the eastern knight is also upon him, raising her voice in song. Sparks fly as the blades clash. The three fighters dart back and forth, almost too fast for your eyes to follow. Once, twice, a blade finds its mark. Blood sprays, and finally someone stands victorious. It's the Eastern Knight, her sword raised in triumph above her head. Her opponents lie dead at her feet. Oh well. How exquisite. I told you. Looks like you have new honor guard, Your Grace. Ha ha ha! With that, the battle royale is over. Everyone agrees it was a fine day out for those who survived, and the Eastern Army attracts a wave of new recruits. Yes, so as you can see, each of these decisions will have effects on the different skill stats here. Some of them are affected by choices of the players, some of them other things. Yeah, you can see that here. So, again, in this case, the military went up. I am trying to boost this up higher for everyone, so I'll need to be focusing especially on the north to get this done. So, let's see now. I sometimes get confused by how they choose the land here, but whatever. Contentious sale. Your Majesty, this is an outrage. Grandi, hallelujah, trying to steal my bear from under my nose. We got a new player. You're welcome. Sorry I missed you there. Did you say bear? Hallelujah, what do you have to say? It's not his bear. I was about to buy this beast from Adventure in the Tatterlands when Chief Epic turned up, shouting and raving about Skuranorn. Tell me more about this bear. She's a magnificent specimen. She'd be a great addition to my menagerie. I suppose this is a matter for the council. Mark my words, if this bear is not brought to the north where she belongs, there'll be trouble. So, as we can see, so here's the choices. If it's sacred, Stash Epic should have the bear. Finders Keepers, Grandy Hallelujah can have the bear. Encourage a bidding war between the two nobles. So, here's how it goes. So if a choice has the up and down marked, it means that it's affecting multiple regions, and this will decide. And it will boost them in the stat in one region and lower it in another. So for these two cases, is if the bear goes to Stash Epic, Defiance will lower in the north but be raised in the east. The opposite will occur if Hallelujah gets it, and this one I'm not really sure. Also, since the north hold themselves to older, more ancient deities than the one that's accepted by most of the current kingdom, which I believe is called the Ninth God, but if they win, then the faith will go down, although I'm not sure which one it is. So, let's see about that for a moment. Just checking. So, for obvious reasons, I would like to have the Defiance go up here just to didn't. Oh, wait. This isn't going to have any effect, so I would like to raise Defiance for the counts, but they're not involved in this, so get ready to vote in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, Start. Okay, it's a tie. So, let's see. So, break the tie by selecting one of the two options. Sorry, I'm with the Chiefs here. If it's sacred, Chief Stash Epic should have the bear. Chief gratefully purchased the bear for an extortionate amount from the Tatlin's adventurer who can't believe her luck. So yeah, the North lost its defiance, and the wealth has gone down. Naturally, the grannies aren't happy to have lost their potential zoo exhibit, but there's little they can do. And we only got a minor increase in defiance. The bear turns out to be a fearsome creature with bright white fur and 10 green eyes. And she's vast. Even on all fours, she stands taller than a wagon. She's transported north slowly and carefully, sedated by special herbs and followed by a stream of worshipping villagers. Chief Stash Epic is delighted that Scurrian's will has been done. Scurrianorn's will has been done. Okay. Crawlers. I remember the last time this happened. Your Majesty, our mutual friend JKY0727 has discovered a nest of crawlers on a new tract of eastern farmland. Naturally, we chiefs recommend they fill the tunnels immediately lest they spread to other regions and endanger our crops. But JKY0727 refuses to do so. Peasants have gone missing, Your Majesty. The crawlers are much more dangerous than they appear. Legends speak of crawlers living in great cities beneath the soil, taking the weak to be consumed. We should leave the land to them. They're not to be trifled with. Marshal, tell me more about the crawlers. Horrible, house-sized worms that live under the earth with tiny, flacking legs like centipedes. They're rare but formidable foes. They turn up unpredictably and attack whatever they find before retreating back into the earth. Nothing that well-organized troops can't handle, I'm sure. Assemble the council, then. Thank you, Your Highness. Alright, so here's different options. A nest of crawlers has been found in the east. What should the council do? Abandon the fields to the crawlers, raising defiance, lowering farming, fill in the holes and continue farming, send someone into the tunnels to investigate. I really want to raise defiance, but I need that high farming to advance my plan, so... That's it. We're voting. Voting in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Begin! Yeah, sorry about that, Stash. I love how silly this can get. Oh, we got one more person? Talking Turtle, welcome! Nice to have you here. Okay, so it's a tie. Fill in the holes, continue farming, send someone into the tunnels to investigate. They really need that farming, so let's find a dumb adventurer and send them off. Very well, who will you send on this most unfortunate mission? Send soldiers from the east, hire adventurers to explore the tunnels. This is a serious matter. Send for a wizard. Okay, you guys have a good army. Let's just see if we can smash it through. Send soldiers from the east. By the blood of the dead, Your Grace will sort this out. Just you watch. Okay, military is now capable. Wonder how much they lost tonight. You hear where the soldiers make it inside the tunnels at least, but you won't hear from them again until they make it out. If they make it out. Wait, they made it? As you wait, more and more peasants go missing down the mysterious tunnels. Yes, the season's now at its end, so I have no idea how long it's gonna... And if we have to wait those full seasons for the plans to advance, let's just call it an end. Yes, so here's the next part. Nobles can use their personal wealth to bid on buildings, and only the 2 highest funded will be built. Use this command here. Fund XY, where X is the character code and Y is the amount you're pledging. So simplify that. X is this letter for whichever one you want. Y is how much money you're willing to spend. Here's everything all of you guys have. So these have different effects on each region. So a deer park will decrease farming, for example. A monument will raise authority. Aqueducts will also increase farming. Grand Bazaar will increase trade. Libraries will increase stability. And a theater will decrease authority. So remember, the top 2 of these get built, and you guys are all bidding against each other here. So let's see where it goes. Bidding begins in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, begin! Okay, so that's how it works. Time's up. So a library and a Grand Bazaar have been funded by Hallelujah and Talking Turtle. So as noted, stability goes up and so does trade. Well, let's season end. I'd say I have other things they need to handle, so I would say that we have at least 2 more sessions left. Maybe we just 1. So let's go back from the tunnels. Your Majesty, the soldiers you sent to investigate the crawler tunnels have returned. The crawlers have a vast network of tunnels, Your Majesty, and they have some sort of queen, a huge creature that controls them all. You should strike at this queen, destroy her, and deal with this menace once and for all. No, you must take care, Your Highness. If you enrage the queen, only ruin will follow. Surely there is another way. So here's the 3 choices. Send an assassin after the crawler queen, fill the tunnels with burning oil, organize a meeting between Queen Marion and the crawler queen. Okay, very seriously, I have never seen what happens there, so this is my choice, and I'm fully going to admit this, that if it happens and I get munched, well, that's a funny way to end this game. So, voting will begin in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go! I've never really seen what happens with the crawler queen, so I want to see whether or not I get eaten or something. Yeah, so as I mentioned already, if you've bought the game, which is indicated by having this shining character plaque thing, yeah, that's majority. That means you will be able to customize your character. I'll show you what that means when this stream comes to an end. There's no other need to vote. I didn't vote, so let's go. Voting has closed. What should the kingdom do about this crawler? Time to treat with the crawler queen and see if I get eaten. You cannot be serious. This means putting the queen in danger. We don't even know if we can communicate with this creature. But the council has spoken. A taxing issue. Your Majesty, help us! Grandywaldy of the South is bleeding us dry. He is. Not literally, I hope. What is she doing? Our taxes are 10 times higher than they've ever been. I can't afford to feed me cows. It's true, Your Majesty. Grandywaldy has been taxing her peasants at least twice as much as the next highest noble. It's been a hard year, Your Majesty. I've barely any gold in my vaults. I'm just doing what I can to stay afloat. What about this poor peasant's cow? A pox on the stupid cows! Let's see what the council thinks of this. What should be done about Grandywaldia's punitive taxation of her peasants? Throw Grandywaldia into the dungeon to teach her a lesson? Allow her to keep overtaxing her peasants? Have a royal tax collector take over tax duties in the south? If I raise his authority, then this scheme advances. Is if I keep overtaxing her, then farming goes down, and that eats into my plans. So just making sure I didn't miss anybody new. So yeah. Let's go. To tie, so voting is tied at 2, so okay, then, Royal Tax Collector it is. By the 9th, tax collection has been our duty since the days of old. Why should the rest of us be punished because of Grandywaldia's mistake? Sorry, Stanarchy. The Royal Tax Collector proves to be diligent and efficient, but the Grandies are outraged at the implication that they can't be trusted. Yes, the ever-important part of being an heir has, Monarch has come up. Finding a spouse. In the twisty passages of your castle, you can avoid your advisors, the nobles, even your spy master. But there's one person you can't avoid. Your mother. Why haven't you found a spouse yet? It's been almost a year. I've been busy. Is it really that urgent? But Mother, I don't want to get married. Yeah, I think busy's good. You better find the time. Don't worry, I'll take the liberty of finding eligible candidates. What is your preference? Men, woman, or do you not mind? I just want to play it safe, but maybe another time. So, men. Excellent. I'll send out messengers to the most influential noble families in the kingdom. Let's see what they have to offer. There's a whole bunch of different events that can happen just by having a spouse. And I'm sorry about the no Yuri option, but I've had some wild ideas there, so I need to detox for a moment. Recruiting a wizard. Far to the north Chief Stash Epic sits before a roaring hearth. 2 enormous wolfhounds lying at his feet. Any luck finding a wizard to aid our cause? Nay, I'm afraid not. Queen Marion is weak, and the wizards are satisfied that they needn't worry about royal meddling in their affairs. Gods be good, we must try harder! The chief's aim is to raise authority to 5 or more. Everybody else's schemes are... Oh yeah, you guys haven't been called up yet. So... every every so often there's taxing to be done, which boosts the royal wealth. You can choose to either increase it to raise defiance or decrease it to lower defiance, so... I very much have a vested interest in raising the Count's defiance, so here comes the hard taxes. But otherwise, I can afford to do some messing around, so... Yeah, so rule tax to make the Counts see, the common tax to keep the chiefs in line, and a bribe to whatever the best phrase would be for the Grandees. So here we go. The season now ends. I think this next one will be the last one. I need to pull some things. So, yes, eligible options. I found three potential matches for you. One eligible young man from each of the kingdom's 3 regions. Choose wisely, you'll be securing a powerful alliance. Yes, I know. And a partner for life to have them to hold, don't forget. What if I don't want to marry any of them? I like romantic stuff, so yeah. I suppose so, but the alliance comes first. Your mother leads you to the great hall where she's arranged 3 portraits on easels. For now, each is covered by a cloth. Wait, I don't even get to meet them? There's no time for sentiment. You just need a match that benefits your station and suits your political needs. As is always the case with royalty. I love looking at the chat. It's so silly. Sorry you guys can't see that. I'm still working on getting screens for that. She whisks away the cloth from the first portrait. This is Niall, firstborn son of the Northern TCGM clan. Handsome, isn't he? Apparently he's also exceptionally well-mannered and agreeable. Or a northerner. Spends most of his time ranging the mountaintops hunting wolves and wyverns and other strange northern beasts. Had a bit of a controversy a while back when his clan hall burned down. Apparently his peasants were to blame. Just a quick note, since they mentioned wyverns, it's because I've played a few sessions, but dragons used to be around, but it sounds like they're extinct. There's an event where you can find a skeleton, but I haven't seen it in my game, just in some other streams, so... But who knows? I think they add new events from time to time. You can see the appeal, I suppose. This is Bogdan, the eldest son of the Eastern Talking Turtle Dynasty. I met him once at a party, but all he did was squeak out a hello and run off. Seemed nice. Enough, at least. Spends most of the time indoors poring over musty tomes. He went missing a while ago, but it turned out he'd accidentally locked himself in his cellar. Survived on wine for a week. He's an intriguing candidate. And finally from the south, Fabian, eldest son of the Wallaluya lineage. He's reputed to have an ego the size of the sun, but there's nothing wrong with confidence. Right? Like many in the south, he claims to put his faith in the ninth gov of all worldly concerns. And he's got grand plans by all accounts. He wants to change the world. Not bad at all. What do you think? Of course, by picking a candidate, you'll anger the other regions, but you'll gain a lifelong alliance. I know who I want. I've made my decision. Well, which of them do you wish to marry? Again, I need to make the Grandees quite a bit... Not the Grandees, the Counts quite a bit angrier. Sorry, Grandees. But my choice is Niall of the North. Excellent. I'll make the arrangements. Defiance can't go lower for the North. The East is grumbling, and the South is insolent. And now we're on to the final challenge. Meeting the Crawler Queen. Let's see if I get eaten. Your Majesty, about this meeting, from what I've gathered, the Crawlers rely on their Queen to direct them and lead them, quite literally from inside their heads. Oh, she cannot be reasoned. Dang it! Okay, we're back. I'm sorry about that. My internet it seemed to skip for a moment. So, as mentioned, we've encountered the Crawler Queen. She seems to psychically control them. Suppose she cannot be reasoned with? Set up a trap for her. Then, I'm a queen of my word, no tricks. Okay, time to see if I can pull this off. I'm a queen of my word, no tricks. Very well. A few days later, you find yourself in the fields of the east, face to face with the creature from your nightmares. Thick, viscous slime drips from mandibles as she sizes you up. I really love your style. Crawler Queen clicks her mouse appendages in a way that can be interpreted as a message of approval. Help me understand what you can do. Tilts her head to one side regarding you with beady black eyes. What little noises you make in the face of your trespass. Ours was not the first bombard. You can talk? I am Queen of Valgar, our Lord of Mind, Inheritor of Place. The songs of mortal mouths echo meekly and without taste. These words are but your thoughts organized by your instruction. I see. What do you want? Your digging hatchlings did not grasp the fullness of our being. They sought our destruction, and in so doing found their own. Now, how you come before us, you beg forgiveness or to retreat the fraught path. I beg your forgiveness. Get down on your knees and beg for mercy in the name of your kingdom. What pretty song is this? The ape has learned to dance? The queen cheers loudly. Is she laughing at you? Then she turns away, scuttling on hundreds of legs, creating a thunderous patter across the field. Did it go well? As well as it could. Weeks passed nervously, until one day, the crawlers fill in it and seal their tunnels. The queen has accepted your plea. In fact, the crawlers completely ignore the peasants who gingerly returned to work their fields. Well, you win some, you lose some. Ooh, a hungry bear. Forgot about that. Our wondrous bear is thriving in the north, your greatness, just as Skirnorn would wish. The god speakers have gained visions of new herbs and medicines ever since she arrived. The gods are good. Can you share this knowledge with the rest of the kingdom? Excellent news. I'm for the questions. Is she adorable and fluffy? Oh, this is too funny. She is an avatar of one of our most powerful deities, your highness. But yes, she is very fluffy. The only thing is that, she's eating a lot. Our hunters have to push into the frozen waste to find enough food to go around. Having second thoughts, are you? Perhaps the bear would do better in a nice, cozy menagerie? Oh. Okay, this is something that could really help me out. Now, because if I can raise this means 2 up, so if I raise that, I'll have 6, at least 6 in all of these, so if I can get my heir before, or you guys, then I'll be in a very good position. And so, your choice, all of you. But okay, we have one more noble. Talking turtle. Wait. Dorda Fidel. Nice to have you on. So yeah, so we can demand the other nobles donate their crops, import fine meats for the beast, lead the chiefs to feed their own bear, and transfer ownership of the bear to Grandi Waluya. Stability can't... Okay, I could lower stability, but I really want to advance that plan. So, voting commences in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, begin! So, if you vote for that, you will get 500 coin in your pocket. So... What's going on? I can tell you guys are voting. So... What the heck happened? Did you... There. I have no idea what just happened. And that doesn't make any sense. But I've already made my choice here, so import fine meats for the beast. Sacred Bear has put a dent in northern food supplies. Can the council help? Let's import for it. Fine fish from Sull, venison from the Tatterlands, even some hash medium beef. It all arrives in the north to help the chiefs support the Sacred Bear. She eats remarkably well and grows sleeker and happier by the day. This has reduced the treasury to 1,600. As do the chiefs, who pick up the choicest cuts from meats and the ripest vegetables for themselves, so farming is now sufficient. And again, the Defiance can't go any lower. Okay, I need to call it after this, so I'm just going to end the season. And so, reminder that you guys are all progressing your plans slowly. So, call the season to an end. Yeah, I don't see anything I'm interested in, so let's end the year. A laughingstock? Troublesome holidaymakers, royal wedding. Okay, as happy as I am with this, and as much as I'd like to go on, I need to get ready for dinner soon, so I'm going to call this end to the session. I'll be on again maybe next week. I've got some plans for the holidays to travel, so we'll see when it's back on. I'll update you all on that later. So for now, let's call this session to an end. And here's what I was trying to say for those who had bought it. You can customize what your monarch, your baron, your chief, your countess, or, well, count, but that goes count. Randy, I'm not really sure what gender that would be, so let's just pretend that they're NB and Tricians. So, quick overview for people. The barons are all around military actions, and those are usually their plans. Their unique schemes are based on those. The chiefs involve sorcery, ancient stuff, old gods, summoning giants, the apocalypse. The counts all use dark magic and other crazy stuff. They're the classical sorcerers, vampires, werewolves, yada yada. The Grundys are from the south. I forgot that it was a desert, so they're about religious stuff, excommunication, witch hunts, yada yada. The Patricians are all about money. So their unique plans are all for fleecing you of everything. So, again, thank you all for playing. It's been nice to have that, and it was nice to be able to do this with my family as well. So, until next time, this is Flameless, signing off.